Well, hello. Oh, we had this challenge from Evan Carmichael, and actually not just from Evan Carmichael, but also from Terry Thompson and Zen the Man. So, well, I won't keep you in suspense any longer. It's about momentum and about going live. So here I am. I'm grabbing the opportunity, and well, we were supposed to do a challenge about momentum. So here is this moment. For me, it's the first time going live, so I'm seeing all these remarks from Instagram, so I'm watching it. So bear with me when I'm a little bit distracted because it's totally new to me, which makes it kind of exciting, quite honestly. So momentum. We talked about momentum, and when I said, well, how are we going to combine momentum, the topic of momentum, with my own story, which has to do with giving people a voice, then the man said, well, do you know a different word for momentum? And it was, well, I know a couple of words, combined, but not one single word to replace it. And he said, well, another word would be consistency. And I was like, consistency? And I really had to think about that for a moment. Like, why consistency? Because to me, momentum is about opportunity and seizing the moment when that opportunity arises. And so that's basically a single moment in time. Whereas consistency, of course, is doing it over and over and over and over and over again. So I got to think about it some more. And what I got to realize is when initially using momentum, one could say it's about, like I said, the opportunity is there. So when I was in Spain, I was outside, and when I'm outside and I'm on my own, I love to record videos. I love to take pictures. I'm totally in my element. Before Corona, I would go to Starbucks, I would sit on a terrace, and then I would be again in my comfort zone because there were no distractions. I would not be checking my mail, I would not be checking my social media. I would just be focused on doing one specific thing, which would be creating a story or my story or a video or whatever it was, working on my book. That's what I would do, because when I'm inside the house, I might be distracted by some great series on TV or by other people, but when I'm outside, that's it. No excuses. When I'm sitting outside on the terrace having a drink, that's when I do it. So Corona hit, and I had to create my own space, which I did. I have this folding table and these folding chairs. So I would sit outside in front of my studio and I would record over there, which was kind of cool. But yeah, of course, I did miss the traveling and taking advantage of that opportunity. Fortunately for me, I just returned from Spain. And when I got back, which was last Wednesday, well, actually Tuesday night, I got to realize that the circumstances over there, sitting outside at night in my t-shirt and my shorts, that's not optional over here. And actually, just sitting outside here, even in daytime, it's cold. So there's no fun. And also, when it's not that cold, there are always people around. And it's not the the quiet I long for when recording a video. And of course, I can understand if you say, but Lexi, didn't you say something about being at Starbucks and recording videos? And that's true. But still, being on a terrace or wherever it is, I'm usually on my own. And of course, there are the waiters and the waitresses and maybe people walking by. but that doesn't distract me. It's a pleasant distraction, but it's not a distraction as in they want to talk to me like for hours on end. And that's a good thing. So I feel like I'm not alone, but yet I can do my own thing. So here I am back in the Netherlands. And well, how about seizing the moment? How about that opportunity? Well, I told some friends of mine and also some people who are actually here on Instagram as well, and who are in my Movement Makers family, which I'm proudly part of. Okay, there's fireworks going on outside, and it reminds me of the gunshots I heard when I was in Spain. It's kind of normal there to go hunt for rabbits and I don't know which other animals. They actually have dogs walking on the streets. They are semi-wild dogs. And one of the dogs that was actually semi-living at the place I was staying at was actually captured to go hunt on other animals. Well, okay, back to momentum. Here's this challenge. And Evan already told us at the end of September when I was still in Spain that there was going to be a challenge, but he didn't mention the topic of momentum. So last Thursday he started talking about momentum, and then there was another broadcast from him a few hours later, and I got to discuss this on with Zen. Well, you know what I told you. He talked about consistency, and well, I was wondering, how am I going to get back into that vibe again? Well, merely the challenge, then Zen talking about it, and then Zen has his own YouTube live, and he does so 3, well, for him afternoons and evenings, for me 3 nights a week. And yesterday, last night, was another of those live streams, which was kind of cool. And at the end, when he was no longer recording, we started talking again about going live. And I said, well, I absolutely want to go live, and I will be going live this October. And Terry said, okay, let's go live right now. But Instagram was down, and quite honestly, I don't mind that it went down at that very moment because I was very tired. It was already like 5 o'clock at night, and I needed to get my sleep again because I'd slept before that time as well. But yeah, here's me talking about momentum. And well, from having the opportunity, I told you about having to create the opportunity. So the good thing is, having been there for 2 weeks, I was already in the flow, and I like being in the flow. And I guess that's what the consistency is, what Zen was talking about, because that consistency actually, well, that's what gets you going, because you have those endorphins. It feels good to do it, and once you're in that flow, you want to maintain that feeling. So even when the circumstances aren't right, or maybe they're flat out not there, you can still create that opportunity. Well, that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm sitting here, I'm sitting in my own studio. No, it's not a fancy studio like other studios, but it's working for me. And I'm actually trying out different things. So there's a camera next to me for, I don't know, maybe for YouTube. It's a backup view. And I also have this cool box. And that's when we get back to seizing the moment and momentum. As you can tell, it's still sealed. So I bought it because it seems like this cool thing I can use. I can use multiple phones on it. That's what they said. And then I looked at the box, and then one thing was connected to the iPhone and the other one to an Android. And I was, hey, that was not what we agreed upon. Anyway, this is sort of like a makeshift, as in I use my other phone to record it. I just put it on and we'll see what happens. Well, the question now becomes, when you are in the flow, how much effort does it take for you to create that momentum, to make the circumstances which will get you going? What is it you would need in order to go out there and do whatever it is what you need, what you want to do, maybe need to do too, but let's start with wanting to do first, because needing doesn't give you the motivation as much as wanting would do. I mean, momentum has to do with purpose, need, and with passion. This drive to go do something, which is basically comes from the heart. It doesn't come from the head, it comes from the heart. It's something you want to get across. You want to convey to people how you feel, how passionate you are about certain things. Well, in my case, this is about giving people a voice. And by going live myself, I am giving myself a voice, and hopefully you get inspired by watching this. So Zen also said, and I'm not sure if it was Zen, maybe it was Terry. Guys, you know it. When you're watching this, I'll be tagging you. Just let me know. It's this, and the choice is linked to whether or not you take action or not. It's your choice not to take action as much as it's your choice to take action. And then we get back to momentum and circumstances. Do we first need to have the best circumstances which we can have, or create, there we go again, create, in order to take that action? Or can we make it work for us? Maybe even under the not so perfect circumstances. Just let me give you an example which may be way off, but it totally works for me. I can basically sleep about anywhere or go into like a meditational state of mind. So what I mean is I close off for everyone and everything, just to focus on my breath, on calming down, on resting a little bit. And one of the places I can do it is at a festival. Yes, at a metal festival where there are thousands of people, maybe 100,000 of people, with loud music coming from multiple stages. I can sit there, I can lean near a fence and just close my eyes and turn inward. Of course, I do need to feel safe, like nobody is going to rob me of my things. So that's the only thing. But once I do, I can just, turn inwards and get that energy that I so desperately need at that moment. Are the circumstances ideal? Well, you could say yes, because I like being at a festival with great music, with like-minded people. No, because there's a lot of noise. And, well, question is, am I able to focus, or am I not able to focus inward? Well, like I said, I basically can do it anywhere. I just recently did it while being on the passenger side in a car. It was kind of funny because the driver said, "Oh, you really must be enjoying that view." And then I said to him, "Well, I'm kind of good at being a daydreamer, and I don't necessarily need to talk." So basically, I was there with my own thoughts, doing my own thing. And yes, I was enjoying the view as well, but this was about me needing some quiet time. And well, since I didn't want to disturb the other one with difficult topics, it seemed like the wise thing to do. Again, my question is to you. And hi, Christina. Good to see you. What is it that you would do and why would you do it? So, why would you need momentum? And how would you prepare yourself for it? So, what would be your ideal circumstances? And if they are not around, how can you create those ideal circumstances? And again, what would it bring you? So, what's your why? So, for me, my why is not only being able to face this challenge, and of course, that feels good. Then we come back to the endorphins and all that stuff and the adrenaline. But it's also about if I do it, I can show other people, like, see, it's possible. It's not that hard. Maybe it's hard for you, but it's not like it's easy for me. I had to learn to speak in front of a camera, and I started doing so. Well, initially, I actually did so about a decade ago, and I hated it. I totally hated it. Ilko de Boer had challenged us to go on camera, and I did. But it wasn't until 2018 when my friends came over from the US to go on tour that I actually started doing selfies. So now we are here from selfies to recording YouTube videos and now being here live. So hopefully Christina will join me. That would be very cool. But regardless, the reason why I do it is by you cannot, well, I don't know if you cannot. They say you cannot inspire other people if you've done it, if you haven't done it yourself. Well, I do believe that if you're really good, that you could inspire people to do something even if you haven't done it yourself. But of course, it makes more sense and you're more believable if you have done it yourself. So here I am talking to you about momentum, being live, and actually enjoying it. I honestly have to say I am enjoying it. I would love to invite some people over here, but I have no clue how that works. I could see if Christina may be up for it. Let's just see for a sec. It would help if I would know your handler by heart.
Yeah, I'm a little bit.
Quiet now. I'm trying to see how this works.
Well, anyway,
I invited some people. I don't know if they are going to respond, but I do know that we will be doing some lives in the near future together, which will be really exciting. But for now, what is your topic? What is your passion? What do you want to get across to people? What do you believe that they should do? And what would make them better?
okay, I'm getting
These messages from Instagram, so I'm a little bit distracted. But regardless,
what is it?
it
What is it what makes you?
you happy? What makes you passionate? And what can you do in order to
Get it across to people?
people? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. I'll be going live again, hopefully later this day, and otherwise tomorrow. I still have to figure out what the best time is. I don't know this yet. But for now, thank you for watching this till the end. And let me know how you feel about momentum and how you seize that opportunity.